Stone Public House in Sacramento. Thanks so much, Grant. Appreciate it.
All right, there's some live pictures as we get set to hear from the Sacramento Investor Group. David Stern has said that they will sell, and we're going to stay with it because there's Mayor Kevin Johnson, and so we'll stick around. If you're just tuning in right now, a big day for Sacramento as the NBA Board of Governors voted down the relocation of the Sacramento Kings to Seattle. Here's Mayor Kevin Johnson getting his notes in place with Vivek Ranadive to his right. And here's Mayor Johnson now.
When you're ready, Mayor.
All right. Let me just say we are really excited to be from Sacramento today. We know clearly that the team is staying in Sacramento, and that is good news for our community. I just want to take a moment to thank our fans, our community. You kept us in this game day in and day out, so one big thank you to you folks in Sacramento. When we were in that room with the other NBA owners, they were listening to our voice because you kept us in the game for this long. So again, thank you, Sacramento. Here's what we know. That we got a chance to present today. I talked about Sacramento in the market. Vivek did a great job representing the ownership group. Mark Friedman spoke on behalf of Sacramento and building a new arena downtown. We felt very good about our presentation, and afterward, we knew that we'd go upstairs and have to wait for a few minutes to hear ultimately what happened. And not too long ago, we heard that the relocation committee voted to keep the team in Sacramento, and that means it won't be going to Seattle. So that's good news for us in Sacramento. That's what this fight has been about for quite some time, so we do know that. We also know that Vivek and the Maloof team are going to be negotiating around the clock for the next 2 days, 3 days to try to get this resolved sooner than later. I got a chance to see George Maloof, Gavin, and Joe. Afterward, we shook hands. They said congratulations. And I just want to take a moment to thank them and their family. They're a proud family. They've been good for Sacramento. And at the end of the day, had they not created an environment where they could accept a backup offer, we would be dead in the water. So we owe them a debt of gratitude for the commitment they've had in our city for over a decade, and certainly allowing us to have a backup offer. In terms of our ownership group, I want to thank Vivek and the ownership group, and I'll say this, Mark, and we have members of our ownership group here in the audience who flew from Sacramento to be here. We matched their offer, and that was important. When that offer was $525, we stepped up and we matched it. When we were told that we needed to do a new building, our ownership group said, look, we're going to personally guarantee it. When we were told as an ownership group that they had to put money in escrow, they put 50% in escrow. Went above and beyond. Then we were told you need to put 100% in escrow, and our group did that each step along the way. We were told that you need to cap revenue share, and they were willing to do that. This is an ownership group that has played to win and kept us in the game and put us in a situation where ultimately, in the next couple days, if things go right, we can close this out and we can move on to a new chapter in Sacramento. In terms of building a brand new building, it has been very clear, and we've said this time and time again, building a building downtown is bigger than basketball. It's transformative. You're going to see a situation where Sacramento will be changed forever for the good because of what's transpired in the last couple days. So again, I just want to summarize by saying the NBA and the commissioner and all the owners, they had a very difficult decision. It was gut-wrenching. We know that. It was painful. It was difficult. They've been working, around the clock across the board. So I want to thank just the NBA and certainly the relocation committee and the finance committee. I also want to take a moment to, again, thank the Maloofs and their family. Again, no matter how this turns out, they've been very supportive of us, in particular in the last couple weeks. And you guys have heard George make the comments. Lawyers have been already negotiating on this backup offer to try to get this resolved, and that's the goal. And then lastly, my hat goes off to Seattle. This is probably something that's really hard for me because I know what they feel like. I went to Seattle. I played against those fans in that community. It's a great sports town. It's a great basketball community. And for them to come up a little short, especially what happened in 2008, to have lost their team, that's devastating. And it's why we fought so hard. We didn't want to lose our team. We know what that feels like, and it meant a lot for us. So we wish Seattle the best. Great sports town, great ownership group, and Chris Hansen, the Northstrip family, obviously Ballmer, and those folks. I hope they get a team at some point. I think they will, and this is just me, and I'm rooting for Seattle. If there's any way we can ever be helpful, I just, they were awesome, and our hat needs to go off to them and their fans. I know it's been an up and down roller coaster for both cities, but we've never looked at this as a competition between Seattle and Sacramento. We thought this was really about what we needed to do to keep our team in Sacramento, and that to me is how we approached this. It wasn't us comparing ourselves to Seattle. They have some great things that we don't have in Sacramento, but I would put the support that our community has given to our team, I would compare our city to any city. We would take a back seat to no city when it comes to the way we supported our team. So again, proud moment. We're all excited. We're looking forward to coming back to Sacramento, and I want to turn it over to Vivek, who's done a great job.
Yeah, I told the mayor that if the only thing they haven't asked me to do is to dunk, but if they do, I know who has one of the top 10 dunks of all time.
Thanks, Vivek.
So, yeah, no, it's a very exciting day for all of us and for Sacramento, and I too would like to start by thanking a bunch of people. I'd like to thank the NBA, the commissioner, the other owners. For me, it's truly humbling to see the amount of time and effort that went into all of this, and just to watch the whole process. And the commissioner has had many sleepless nights, hours, agonizing over this, and so I wanted to thank the NBA. I also wanted to thank the city of Sacramento and the best mayor in America. Sorry, Mayor Lee, you're only the second best now, but truly you have an amazing mayor, you have an amazing city, and none of this would be possible without the best mayor in America. I'd also like to recognize and thank Chris Hansen, Steve Ballmer. I've known Chris for many years. He's an amazing guy. I had a chance to talk to Chris Hansen today, and he's a great guy. He's been very successful, and his passion for Seattle and basketball, it's all good. He's brought attention to the city of Seattle and basketball, and they'll always be in the conversation, and so I'd like to thank them as well. I'd also like to thank the Maloofs. They have been with this team for some time, and again, I had a chance to chat with them briefly, and I fully expect that we'll be able to work with them. And last but not the least, the fans of Sacramento. You guys are simply amazing, and there's nothing I can say that can express how amazing you guys are. So thank you to all of you, and we're excited as we look to the future.
All right, thanks, Vivek. Mark?
Can't help but notice how subdued they were in their comments. They didn't want to kind of throw it in the face of Seattle,
No.
being good winners and all this. What I got out of that, and saying, you know what, the time to celebrate will be when we get back to Sacramento with
Down
all
the
the
road.
fans. Absolutely.
And also, you heard Vivek right there thanking all everyone here in Sacramento. He said the fans are simply amazing.
Right.
So it's nice to see that there's a little bit of celebration going on. They're clearly happy, but wanting to get there.
More news of the day straight ahead at the other side of this break, so keep it right here on CBS 13.
Yeah, I can hear you. Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 2. Hi. Hello. Hi. Correct. Just me, and then all computer. Thanks. cooling begin? It's already starting across Northern California, and get ready for a transition to potentially a breezy overnight, a breezy day tomorrow, and definitely a day with some showers across Northern California. So some welcome changes from the toasty weather we had earlier in the week. Right now we have 79 in Sacramento, 77 for Stockton, 80 around Modesto, upper 70s out towards Sonora. Now the difference between yesterday and today, we are definitely cooler all over the place, down by 10 degrees compared to 24 hours ago around Sacramento. And we do have a pretty good southwest wind working in here, at least through the Delta. We'll continue with that. We'll get gusty a little later on tonight and tomorrow. And the reason we're going to get gusty, it's not because of this, it's more because of that. But that is going to be on the approach. So cloud cover will increase tonight. And then for tomorrow, we'll have a chance of showers all over the place. Not a lot. Potentially maybe a quarter inch down in the valley. The higher elevations, by the time this is all done, it'll be like a 2-day event for the higher elevations. We could see upwards of 3/4 of an inch of rain, and snow levels are up at like 8,500 feet, so they are way up there. But we will get a wintry mix up at the tops of all those mountains up there. So bottom line is some showers coming into the forecast, mostly cloudy skies, and daytime highs running only in the 70s. So even cooler than we're experiencing right now, and right now we're in the upper 70s to just about the 80-degree mark. So a couple of days of cool weather and definitely some showers, and that's good news. Keeps the fire danger held in check. So here's your forecast. Over toward the west, we're going to experience cool conditions with showers over there. Temperatures between 60 and 65. Definitely seeing some showers around as we go through the day tomorrow. Pretty good southerly and southwesterly winds, so it'll be definitely breezy. Daytime highs only in the 70s when we should be on into the low 80s. And your snow levels definitely 8,500 feet when your daytime highs in the high country are between 50 and 55. Hey, would you like your own customized weather forecast? Who wouldn't on a day like today when you get the Kings back in town? Be the first person to email me at dbender@klvr.com. That's dbender@klvr.com. I want your name, where you live, and a forecast that you desire. I'll make an HD graphic on this show for you, only for the first person in my mailbox right now. So go.
Perfect.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, Dave, thank
Like the
you.
cool down. Other big national story of the day, President Obama holds a news conference to talk about the IRS investigation. The top official who is now losing his job over the scandal. We'll be right back.
Well, O.J. Simpson is on the stand today in Las Vegas testifying about his fight with sports memorabilia dealers that landed him behind bars.
Big Ash Shaban tells us Simpson wants to get a retrial and get out of prison.
O.J. Simpson had his handcuffs removed as he took the witness stand and broke more than 4 years of public silence. Simpson claims advice from his former lawyer led to his 2008 conviction for the kidnapping and armed robbery of 2 sports memorabilia dealers in a Las Vegas hotel.
The overall advice he gave me is you have a right to get your stuff.
Simpson is trying to prove that his former lawyers did a bad job representing him and that he deserves a new trial. Simpson says he was just trying to get back items that were stolen from him that included football memorabilia and pictures of him with President Ford and J. Edgar Hoover.
They belong to my family. Okay. They belong to my kids. They belong to us. These are all things that they should have, not some guy selling it in a hotel room in Vegas.
Simpson says he didn't know the men he brought with him to the hotel were carrying guns.
I wouldn't have fathomed in my wildest dreams that these guys would have guns.
He says at the time of the confrontation, he was tired and drunk.
Jack on the rocks.
All right. And this how soon do you leave after you've had these couple of drinks?
Well, it got nuts. It had really gotten kind of crazy.
Simpson says his lawyers charged him more than $700,000 in legal fees. He says that's, quote, nothing compared to his legal bills in the 1990s. But this time, it was coming out of his pension.
Still ahead this afternoon, a disturbance at the UC Board of Regents meeting in Sacramento. The message behind this demonstration and how many protesters were arrested.
I request that the appropriate police officer make a declaration of this lawful assembly.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Getting answers. This is the CBS 13 News at 4.
I request that the appropriate police officer make a declaration of this lawful assembly.
A protest turns into a disturbance at today's UC Board of Regents meeting at the Sacramento Convention Center. About 100 union protesters showed up in force at this meeting.
Derek Shore's live at the Convention Center where police were forced to arrest 13 of the demonstrators. Derek?
That's right, and I can tell you security was tight here at the Sacramento Convention Center. Still, those protesters able to get upstairs into the meeting and sit there. making a point, they say, and sending a message both to the regents and anyone who may get medical attention at UC Davis Medical Center.
Pay attention, this is a serious issue.
And you could say they got attention as more than a dozen UC medical workers barged into the UC Board of Regents meeting today, refusing to leave and eventually being arrested. Outside, union members picketing, united in their message that medical support staff inside UC hospitals are being overworked.
Workers are working themselves to the bone.
They are cutting patient care, they're cutting corners on patients, all to preserve these bloated executive entitlements. That's unacceptable.
So as they continue to negotiate a contract today, the 13,000 or so workers, ranging from MRI techs to orderlies, announced they will walk off the job on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. That includes at UC Davis Medical Center.
We're hoping to get across that we mean business. We want to take care of our patients.
Our hospitals are safe and excellent. That's been verified through a number of different sources.
Dwayne Duckett is in charge of human resources for the UC system. He says there is no problem with patient care, but rather the sticking point is the union's refusal to contribute more to their pensions. UC, meanwhile, planning on how to handle a walkout.
We are going to make plans to make sure that our patients are safe.
Unfortunately, sometimes you have to do something to say, no, we're serious about it.
And today, the UC system says they have filed a request for an injunction to stop that strike next week. They have not received word yet if it's been approved, but they say for patient safety, it needs to happen. Meanwhile, those workers say they have no intentions of doing anything at the hospitals Tuesday and Wednesday next week.
Heated debate you showed us. Okay, Derek, thanks. Live from Sacramento. The boy accused of killing his little sister in Valley Springs made his first court appearance today.
Isaiah Fowler's hearing was continued to the 29th. He will remain in the El Dorado Juvenile Hall in Placerville. Today, attorneys said the money donated to the family from the community has not been used for legal fees. And now that Isaiah Fowler has officially been charged with murder, we are showing his face and using his name.
Sad update for you. The body of the autistic girl who disappeared from her family's vacation home in Clear Lake has been found. Police say divers found Michaela Lynch's body in a creek that ran near the house. She disappeared on Sunday. Police have said she was unable to speak and had the mental capacity of a 1-year-old.
President Obama says he will not tolerate the misconduct at the IRS, and today the tax agency's acting director was forced to hand in his resignation.
More now from Danielle Nottingham on Capitol Hill.
President Obama met with Treasury Department officials at the White House Wednesday afternoon, then came out to address the IRS scandal. The acting commissioner of the IRS, Stephen Miller, is out of a job.
Today, Secretary Lew took the first step by requesting and accepting the resignation of the acting commissioner of the IRS.
The president is reacting to a new inspector general's report that says ineffective management at the IRS allowed agents to single out Tea Party and other conservative groups, holding up their applications for tax exemption for months.
I will not tolerate this kind of behavior in any agency, but especially in the IRS.
Republicans want more.
My question isn't about who's going to resign. My question is, who's going to jail?
All 45 Republican senators sent a letter to the president demanding the administration make available any IRS employee who Congress wants to question. Lawmakers grilled Attorney General Eric Holder about his Justice Department investigation that will determine if any laws were broken.
This will not be about parties. This will not be about ideological persuasions. Anybody who has broken the law will be held accountable.
FBI agents will be looking at whether anyone at the IRS may have violated civil rights laws, made false statements, or engaged in prohibited partisan political activities.
See where this goes. The FBI looks for possible criminal wrongdoing. 3 congressional committees are pressing ahead with their own investigations.
Coming up here, a man trapped in a fiery crash. It wasn't a scene from Mark Harmon's hit show, but a real life scare. How the actor played a starring role in a life-saving rescue.
And it's custom weather forecast time for Joe from Stockton, heading to Castroville this weekend. Be ready for some fog. Temperatures there running only in the mid-60s under partly sunny skies by the afternoon. So cool on the coast. We're cooling down tomorrow. Details next.
Welcome back. Prince Harry brought his athletic prowess to Connecticut, and for a good cause.
Prince saddled up for a charity polo match. It's the last stop on his U.S. trip. Vanita Nair has more from the Greenwich Polo Club.
Royal Highness Prince Harry. Prince Harry showed his skills at the Greenwich Polo Club. He had an assist within the first few minutes and remained aggressive throughout the polo match. He's playing to benefit Sentabale, which translates to Forget Me Not. Harry co-founded the charity to help poor children and AIDS orphans in the African nation of Lesotho.
We're trying to remove the stigma of HIV/AIDS amongst the generation. It's dangerous enough to have it, but it is even more dangerous not to be able to talk about it.
Spectators posed for pictures under a light rain before the exclusive event. It was limited to an invitation-only crowd of about 400 people. Michael Carrazza played on the Prince's team.
He's a very strong player on the field. He's very athletic. He's been playing a long time. I think he's 1-rated right now, and he's very, very good.
The Greenwich Polo Club has hosted British royals in the past, the Duke and Duchess of York, Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson. For Harry, this trip caps off a week focusing on military service and charitable work.
This is the last day of my tour around the United States. Thank you for a wonderful week.
Prince Harry attended events in Washington, D.C., Colorado, New Jersey, and New York, spending time with veterans and children. He says he witnessed extraordinary generosity all across the country and leaves with a smile on his face.
Coming up, the Most Watched Network unveils its fall lineup. But look at some of the new shows on CBS.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. CBS unveiled its 2013 fall lineup. The network is set to introduce 5 new series. 4 of them are comedies.
It's going to be fun. Some big-name stars are poised to make their television comebacks. Amy Dardashtian gives us a look.
happy to know this one. Simon Roberts.
The Simon Roberts.
Robin Williams lights up the CBS fall lineup. He's returning to primetime TV in The Crazy Ones, starring as an advertising genius and father of Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Dealing with real concepts, real celebrities. Wish us luck. Thank you.
Comedies dominate the fall schedule, making up 4 of the 5 new series. The Crazy Ones joins The Millers to round out a 2-hour comedy block on Thursday nights.
If that's the girl I met on the internet, she was lying to me big time.
Will Arnett plays a recently divorced news reporter whose parents' marital problems derail his bachelor lifestyle. Monday nights will feature Mom. It stars Anna Faris as a newly sober mom and Allison Janney as her difficult mother.
Mothers are going to be pointing at the screen going, oh my God, you do that all the time.
And We Are Men spotlights 4 single guys bonding over their missteps in love. 20 shows will return to America's Most Watched network, including the #1 comedy The Big Bang Theory and hit crime drama NCIS.
Follow my instructions, and no one will get hurt.
The new drama Hostages stars Dylan McDermott as a rogue FBI agent who takes Toni Collette's family hostage.
An advanced intelligence agent.
And CSI star Marg Helgenberger returns to CBS in the new drama Intelligence.
I got restless, you know. I was ready to kind of, it's fun to be with a group of people and create something.
That show will start mid-season.
1060 on your SATs.
More coming back.
It's gonna be fun.
Nanu.
Yes.
You leave me hanging?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's this. That's how Mark used to shake hands. Sorry for the sweaty palms, by the way. It's been a long day.
Are you okay?
Yes. Expect convenience stores to be packed with people hoping to strike it rich.
The jackpot for tonight's drawing is estimated at $360 million. It's the 3rd highest Powerball jackpot ever. It's also the biggest jackpot since California joined the multi-state Powerball game back in April. The drawing tonight, 7:59 our time. Yeah, I remember seeing that on Nick at Night reruns.
Thanks for reminding me how old I am.
I like to do that. It's fun.
And Dave.
Well, I knew what it was.
Yeah.
It was just fun to watch her go, what is he doing? It was great.
She often asks that.
We normally do that during the 4 o'clock show.
Welcome to the 4 o'clock show.
Hey, let's welcome some cooler air. It's starting to roll in here, and it looks like it's going to bring a chance of some rain, and it looks like it could be unsettled, especially in the high country, for the next couple of days, Thursday into Friday. But I think the main event will be here in the valley for tomorrow in the sense of a chance of getting some rain in here. Right now it's 77 in Sacramento, Stockton 77, Modesto 80 degrees, Marysville at 81 degrees. We should be averaging about 80, so we're actually pretty close to seasonal. Humidity 35%. Dew points are in the mid-40s. A little gusty out there out of the southwest. Delta breeze kicking, gusting to 18 miles per hour, and the barometer is falling at 29.96. So it's kind of active in spots across the central portion of the U.S. with a pretty good spin right there. And you're looking at some storminess rolling throughout Oklahoma on toward the lower Mississippi Valley. And over here toward the northeastern corner of the U.S., quick-moving weather system exiting the eastern seaboard. More precipitation across the Intermountain region. And then right out here, you're looking, of course, at some cloud cover and radar returns all the way up in the Pacific Northwest. We'll see some of that cloud cover roll toward our area for tomorrow with a daytime high with a chance of showers in the valley of only 75 degrees on average. Down toward Phoenix, it's going to be toasty at 100 degrees, mid-80s for Dallas, low 90s for Corpus Christi. And up here, oh man, Chicago, 80 degrees, so some warm weather rolling toward the Great Lakes. And of course, all that storminess will be right there for the Mississippi Valley as they go on through their Thursday. So here's a look at our Thursday, or at least what's on the approach for our Thursday. We're in sort of a zonal flow, so this is going to go straight on into us. We'll have a chance of cloud cover on the increase, precipitation, pretty much all locations from the Bay all the way to the Sierra, and snow levels are way up there at around 8,500 feet. So mostly cloudy, breezy tonight, and then by tomorrow morning we'll have some patchy fog. Showers should start to come into the forecast over toward the west. Morning lows down in the low 50s, and then by the afternoon we'll have those showers around, and daytime highs only running in the low 60s, so definitely cool on the coast. Now let's talk about tonight. Cloud cover should be on the increase. Temperatures in the low 60s, a bit gusty out there, similar to what we're experiencing right now. Tomorrow morning should be rain around for your morning commute, at least some showers. Morning lows down into the mid-50s, and we'll keep it unsettled as we go through the afternoon. Potentially at the most a quarter-inch of rain here in some of the valley locations. It's up to maybe 3/4 of an inch of rain for some of the higher elevations. So just keep that in mind. And again, snow levels are above pass level. Won't be a driving issue up there, but the winds could be a definite issue for driving. A few showers in the Gold Country to start. Morning lows down into the low 50s, and then rain definitely returns. Daytime highs running in the upper 60s. And for the Sierra, this is where you're going to have the cloud cover on the increase, and then by tomorrow morning, we'll probably start to see some of that wintry mix come in here with a snow level down at around about 8,500 feet, and we'll keep it with a wintry mix. Rain rain at the lower elevation, so it'll be a rain event if you're driving over the passes, and definitely a gusty event. Daytime highs running in the low 50s. After that, we got a little something for everybody on that 7-day forecast. 70s, 80s, maybe even some 90s.
Ooh, smorgasbord of
You've got
weather.
it. It
There you
is.
go. All right, Dave, thanks.
Yeah.
Coming up here, he calls Mark Harmon his Earth Angel. Why a man says he wouldn't be alive today if not for the courage of the actor.
Family members stand by the 12-year-old boy charged with killing his 8-year-old sister. What his legal team is saying about the charges.
He plays a hero on TV, but actor Mark Harmon is also a hero in real life.
Yeah, what a story. Serene Branson talked to a man who wouldn't be alive today if not for the courage and quick actions of Harmon.
I owe everything to him, everything in my life. I have no doubt that I would not be alive.
Colin Specht calls NCIS star Mark Harmon his Earth Angel.
Action!
It wasn't a scene out of Harmon's hit show, but a real-life scare for Specht, 16 at the time, riding shotgun with his buddy who was going a little too fast.
He slammed on the brakes and turned the car away from him, and so I was the first one to hit as the car skid and hit the brick wall like that.
His friend got out, but the car caught fire. Someone came to his aid using a sledgehammer to break the window.
He tugged me because I was still upside down with the seatbelt in, and he ripped me out of the car. And they were rolling me in the street as they pulled me out because everything was on fire.
It was January 1996. Specht ended up in the hospital for months. His parents eventually told him the accident happened in front of Mark Harmon's house here on Bristol Avenue in Brentwood, and that Harmon was the one who pulled him out.
When I broke the window to get to him, it fed oxygen. The fire went from a 2 to a 7, like that. I grabbed for him once and caught his belt. upside down, blind in the car. He came out on his back in one push. The fire had burned through the seatbelt.
Harmon didn't comment on it at the time, and even today, 17 years later, doesn't take credit.
I won't take credit for it because if the car blows up and I'm there next to the car, then you're talking about two young boys who don't have a father. And you'd be doing this interview with my wife and talking about how stupid it was.
But to Specht, he's forever in debt. He says he met Mark and his wife Pam after the crash.
He had more to lose than most people would at that point. You know, he had a wife, children, and not only that, he had the career that was based on his face and his looks.
Specht has tattoos over most of his body, his way of dealing with the skin grafts.
This is all third degree.
Building his career now as a personal trainer, he's grateful for his health and life every day.
There's no way I can karmically repay him except for pay it forward.
Good message, that's for sure. Doubt. Thanks for watching the only local news at 4.
Busy news day, as you know. Sam and Shannon standing by in the newsroom with all these stories next.
Well, the big story of the day, of course, they are staying. The Kings are still our hometown team and will be for a long time to come.
We've heard from the NBA and from Mayor Kevin Johnson. Next at 5, what Kings owner George Maloof told CBS 13 about the Kings staying put. Plus, family members stand by the 12-year-old boy accused of stabbing his sister to death. What his legal team is saying today about the charges against him.
So the weather's heating up and grilling season is underway. There are some health hazards that could be hidden in your favorite grilled foods. We're going to tell you about that and how to prevent it. The news at 5 is next.